All right. Good afternoon. Good evening, good morning for those of you who are watching live and you couldn't be here. We want to welcome all of you. The Rolling Stones song was playing, you can't always get what you want, but if you try hard, you may get what you need. This is not the graduation you wanted. This is not the one that we wanted, but it may be the one that we needed right now because we need to celebrate you, class of 2021. So please stand up. It goes without saying there has been, you can say it now if you want. It goes without saying there has been an incredibly difficult time. It has been more difficult for many other people in the world with illnesses and the pandemic, racism, social injustice, global conflicts. These are not easy times. They haven't been an easy time for you. I'm pretty sure that this is not what you expected to be the last year and a half on SCI-Arc for any of you. So I want to congratulate you because you made it. You show incredibly resilience and strength to get through the process. But also I think it's important, as I said, that we need to celebrate this because when you make it to the other side of the river in any form of capacity, you have to take account that you were capable of doing it. At the same time, we need to keep thinking that in crisis, and these are times of crisis, also comes with gigantic opportunities to be creative. If we look through history, we look through the history of times, every time that the world society goes through really horrible times, something incredibly extraordinary happens after. So in that sense, you guys are going to have that chance. You're going to have the opportunity to start to figure it out, how to make things better, how we can incorporate new ideas into the territory. All of you are walking into a world that it keeps shaping into new forms. It's going to keep changing at a very fast pace. You have an opportunity to create careers and professions that we may not know yet that exist. All of you have an architecture as training here. All of you trained to be an architect. But architecture is a very elastic concept. It can be applied in multiple ways. And I think part of what we're trying to do today with this graduation is to start to celebrate that and start for all of you to start to think of the opportunities and the challenge you're going to be faced with. As I said, the last year and a half, but at the beginning, you were faced with many challenges and you rise to the occasion. So I have no doubt that you're going to keep doing that. I want to thank all of you for all the effort that you put through this time. I want to thank all your families for supporting you and in one way or another trusting SCI-Arc to be the place for you to keep developing yourself into the architect or whatever you choose to be to unfold into your future. So we are incredibly grateful to all of you. A couple of things that are different this year, as we know, because the time that we're living in, we have new protocols. So we're not going to have certain traditions, which is walking to the stage, pick up your diploma. You already have it. So now you know that you graduate. You have it. You don't have to wait until we call your name. But your names, because many of your colleagues are not here, they're going to keep popping up in the screen. I'm going to invite you to stand up and face your family and friends where your name gets called. And at the end of the ceremony, please feel free to come and take as many pictures you want in the stage and so on. So again, thank you for understanding of the situation that we're all going through and we have to keep going through as a community. As I said, we are fully aware that there's certain shortcomings, it's not what we wanted. But nevertheless, we should not let that to stop us from celebrate your success and this phenomenal day in your life. Let me get the show going. The first speaker will be our commencement speaker, which is Byron Merritt, which is a graduate from SCI-Arc, an M.Arch from 1999. I cannot think of anybody better to talk to all of you in today's graduation. Byron has a very unique career and curriculum. In his 20-plus year career, Byron has had the privilege to work with for some of the best brands and creative agencies in the world, applying a background of design and creative thinking to crafting award-winning brand experiences. Currently, Byron leads the brand experience design for one of the world's best airlines, Delta Airlines, and where he and his team are responsible for crafting the end-to-end customer experience. Prior to Delta, Byron was a creative leader for Nike for over 13 years, leading the creation of global campaigns, digital products and services, brand event and innovative award-winning retail concepts, and new-to-the-world experience. Additionally, his experience includes holding a creative leadership position at the design innovative agency IDEO. But aside what the resume and a stellar resume can do, Byron is an old friend of the house. But for me, he represents all the opportunities, the notion of how you can keep expanding and think about what it means to be an architect. He is an extraordinary leader in his profession, but he's also somebody who has been creating new paths and new territories and how an architect can express himself, herself, or theirself, as you choose to operate, in a very unique way. So without further ado, please join me to welcome Byron Merritt.
Hello. How's everyone today? I think everyone lost their voice. Hi, you guys. Congratulations, you've made it. When Hernán told me that you guys already have your diplomas, I was pretty shocked. I mean, I'm surprised that you guys are actually here since you've already got what you came here for. So congratulations. So, hey, first off, as a graduate of this institution, I'm super honored and humbled to actually be here. As I walked up here this evening, I ran into Michael Rotundi, who was the director of the school back in the day when I was a student, and he made the comment of like, "Did you actually think that you would actually be back here doing this?" And I didn't, But I'm truly kind of honored and humbled to be here for this year's commencement address. And before I start, I actually want to thank Hernán here and the faculty. I want to thank you all as students. I want to thank you as your parents and family and friends to allow me to be here to share this day with you. Again, it's a true honor, and I'm humbled to be here. So I'm also honored and humbled to kind of represent the classmates that I went to school here with, who I keep in touch with, who are friends of mine to this day. And whether they know it or not, they continue to inspire me as they did when we were students within these halls. Actually, our halls were down in Culver City. We were at the old location down next to the Home Depot years ago off of Beethoven Street. But I want to thank them because part of my success and my actually being here is attributed to those connections and those friendships that I acquired in the time that I was here. And also the time that I spent in this city. The city of Los Angeles is one of my favorite cities in the world, and I love coming here. And I appreciate the opportunity to be here today. So SCI-Arc is a really, really special place. And I attribute my professional and personal journey to many things that started here in this institution. The most important of which has been the connections that I've made, both personally and professionally, with my classmates and students, faculty and staff, many of whom I keep in touch with, who are lifelong friends of mine. It's given me that creative foundation and allowed me a career that, frankly, I didn't imagine when I first stepped into this building and into SCI-Arc. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew that this place was going to give me something that I could carry forward and allow me to craft and cobble together the career that I've had. And so, I think many of you are probably sitting here, and you are imagining what your career could be. And I remember what it took to get to this moment, and I applaud you for getting here. So that journey for getting here is not an easy journey. Endless nights in the studio, pre-COVID. Many nights before a computer screen. I don't think many of you are making physical models back in the day like we were doing back in the day, so probably not too many X-Acto blade cuts going on, but probably raw palms from pushing a mouse. And so I know what it took for you to get here. But I would be remiss in not acknowledging your last year and a half, which made this journey even tougher for you. And so to say that that year and a half has been a challenge is an unbelievable understatement. So both academically and professionally, you guys have persevered through a lot. Learning new ways to connect, learning new ways to share, learning new ways to inspire each other, learning new ways to collaborate, and bringing creative work to life in a way that you probably didn't imagine that you would have to. Some of us have probably even suffered personal losses during this time as well. And if that's the case, our hearts and our thoughts go out with you. But we are actually here, physically here. We are in person, and that's amazing. And for me, that brings optimism to my heart. That brings optimism to the fact that I think that we're moving to a different place. And the fact that we could look you all in the eyes, we could fist bump you, we could elbow bump you, your parents can see your smiles, your parents can see you taking your selfies with your friends and your classmates and your faculty and staff. That's a great thing. We are here, and we are moving forward. And we are moving in the right direction. So this is your day. And I want this day to be all about you. But to get there, I first want to share a very small part of my recent professional journey that I think will set up something hopefully that I can leave with you today. So as Hernán mentioned, I have the privilege for working for one of the greatest airlines. It's kind of a dream job in a lot of ways. I lead experience design for Delta Airlines. And what that is literally the end-to-end experience that the customer has with the airline. From thinking about going on a trip, to heading to the airport, to moving through the airport, to getting on the aircraft, and all the experiences that come to life on the aircraft, inclusive of our in-flight entertainment and connectivity experiences, to thinking about doing it again. It is truly a dream job. And many of you don't know this, but guess when I started that job? 3 months before the pandemic. Can you think of a better place to go 3 days before a pandemic than to where? An airline. So, my role was meant to catapult the brand into the future of air travel, to create new experiences, and to drive the airline into being a truly global brand from a customer experience standpoint. Those priorities changed when the pandemic hit, and the creative opportunities that we had were quite different from what we imagined. We went from imagining the future to, frankly, trying to keep the airline to survive. And just to give you some context, prior to the pandemic, we flew about 60,000 people a day. 60,000 people a day. And overnight, that turned into pretty much no one flying. It's unbelievable. And so we spent months essentially shutting down the airline, putting the airline to sleep. We had no idea how long this was going to last. We had no idea what the future entailed. And so our creative challenges became very different. Our creative challenges were around how can we keep people safe? Our creative challenges, and not just our customers, but our employees, 90,000 employees across the globe. How do we keep them safe? How do we build confidence in people thinking about traveling it again, knowing that someday we would come out of this, right? How do we make our environment safe? How do we make our aircraft safe? These were all creative challenges, but very different from what we set out to do. But as we started to work our way through the pandemic, we started to realize something. And this is hitting on something that Hernán was just mentioning as well. That with crisis comes opportunity. And I think for most brands, people were afraid and they were like, well, let's try to get back to where we were. But we decided, let's not try to be what we were. Let's try to get to and accelerate to where we want to be. Let's capitalize on this moment and use this moment to accelerate our path to the future. And that's what we've been doing. We've been looking at new experiences and thinking differently and using design and creative thought to catapult us forward. And as I start to talk to other professionals and other industries and friends of mine, people are adopting this mindset of this is an opportunity to accelerate. This is an opportunity to rethink. This is an opportunity to reimagine. I see that both professionally and personally. I have friends who are changing their entire lives around because they've had time to think about it. I've seen businesses reimagine what they're doing because they've got time to think about it. They've had the time to think about it. For us at Delta, the aspect of not flying gave us the opportunity to accelerate things that were really difficult when you've got a running operation. And that opens up new and exciting creative opportunities. And so, this attitude and spirit is what I want you all to embrace, right? To look forward and to accelerate and think about what's next and what can be. Pre-pandemic, the thought of trying to do something different or try to do something new, the time wasn't always right. There was always something that held you back from pushing forward on those things. This past year has made the right time right now. And so as the world starts to go into this era of reawakening and reimagining, this is a once-in-a-lifetime creative opportunity. And when I look across and see all of you here, you are rightly primed to step into the leadership role of reimagining this world. Creative thinkers and designers have the opportunity to seize this moment and accelerate and reshape this world for the better. And there's nothing to be more excited about. Thinking about how we connect both physically and virtually. Thinking about how people live and work. Thinking about how do we expand beyond the constraints of what the pandemic imposed and accelerate us to new levels of human connections. These questions and more are deep and fertile creative playgrounds for you to lead the charge in accelerating us forward. Design and creative thinking will lead the way, and you are the ones to do so. What's also emerged over the last year and a half is a newfound compassion and empathy for others. We've seen that through the social changes that have happened out in the world. There's a new connectedness among people, a new empathy and understanding for others that I want to make sure that you carry forward and comes through in your creative pursuits going forward. SCI-Arc's mission is to teach architects to engage, speculate, and innovate, and to take the lead in reimagining the limits of architecture. The opportunity to realize this mission has never been more true than for those of you sitting here right now. You have the opportunity to expand the envelope of architecture beyond what I've achieved or any of us has achieved. And that's exciting. You are those leaders that will be pushing those limits. You'll be the ones accelerating to where you want to take the profession to, where you want the profession to take you, and to open up places that you never dreamed of or thought of or imagined. In the same way, when I was a student, I didn't imagine that I would lead consumer experience design for one of the largest airlines in the world. That's ridiculous to think about. I didn't think I would ever do anything like that. Or to lead consumer experience design for one of the largest footwear and apparel companies in the world. I didn't imagine these things. But these things and more are open to you. You know, when I think about the opportunities for you, and I think about the people that I've come across in my career, those that have architectural backgrounds, people who are envisioning places never imagined that are coming to life in movies and film. One of my close classmates, he makes a living dreaming up cool stuff that shows up in movies. It's amazing. Working at Nike, Tinker Hatfield, one of the greatest footwearers of all time, his background is, guess what? Architecture. You know, many years ago, at a commencement speech at SCI-Arc, I think it wasn't my commencement, or my graduation, I think it was the year before, Frank Gehry was the speaker. And I remember this distinctly. I remember Frank Gehry saying that architecture is the best general education you could ever get. And I fully believe that. I fully believe that. And my career is a testament to that. SCI-Arc is giving you the creative foundation and skills, the superpowers of being able to bring ideas to life. That is a superpower. I tell my team that all the time. The ability to manifest ideas and bring them to life in a way that you could share with others and push them forward and bring them onto the world is a superpower, and not everyone can do it. This pandemic, as hard as it's been, has given us all opportunity. All of you opportunity. I'm excited to see how you push each other. I'm excited to see how you expand the limits of what architectural education unlocks. And I'm really excited for the world that you all are going to create. Congratulations.
Thank you, Byron. Fantastic. Our next speaker is a student address. It's Corie Yaguchi. We have this wonderful tradition in SCI-Arc that every year one of our students get to speak. And this time it's Corie Yaguchi. Corie was born and raised here in Los Angeles. After attending Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, she transferred to SCI-Arc, where she has just completed her B.R. thesis. Over the past few years, she has worked for Current Interest, a collaboration between Mira Henry and Matthew Au. She has also served as the community outreach coordinator for The Stand and the senior writing editor for Underscore, a SCI-Arc student publication. Now, Corie works as junior designer at Balster Architecture, another of our close friends, Barbara Balster. Corie has been a fantastic student and is in her way already to be a great architect. And very soon, we're going to see her leading her own practice. So please join me in welcome Corie.
Good evening, friends, families, faculty, staff, and of course, the graduating class of 2021. My name is Corie Yaguchi, and I am so honored to be here speaking to you today. To my mom, dad, brother, sister, and grandma, thank you for everything. Thank you for helping me find my way when I was feeling extremely lost and supporting my decision to transfer to SCI-Arc. Thank you for always being there for me, no matter how tired or stressed out I am. And thank you for always pretending to understand when I explain the design of my projects to you. There is no way that I would be standing right here without you. To everyone in the audience, I can't believe we're all sitting here together in person. And I am really grateful that we all get to share this space, at least for this one evening, and really celebrate what we have accomplished. And to SCI-Arc, on behalf of the class of 2021, I have so many things I would like to thank you for. But I only have 10 minutes, so here are some of the big ones. First, thank you for the Rhino, V-Ray, Maya, Cinema 4D, ZBrush, Revit, Unity, Unreal, Illustrator, Photoshop, and InDesign skills we have all developed over the years. Not only has this helped make us employable, but we have also picked up the ability to learn. I truly believe that more than the 3D modeling and rendering softwares themselves, this ability to learn and adapt to new technology and situations is something that really sets SCI-Arc students apart. Thank you for teaching us to be patient. We have learned this skill in numerous ways throughout our time here. We have learned to be patient when waiting for super glue to dry, or waiting for spray paint to dry, or when letting an animation render for 30 hours. We have learned to be patient when we had to sit through 7-hour reviews and wait for our turn to present. And we learned to be patient when that one person in our DD group didn't do what they were supposed to for the week. This level of patience is not only something that is useful for working in collaborative settings, but is also something we can take with us in so many aspects of our lives going forward. Thank you for showing us how far determination and resilience can really take us. So sometimes projects come really natural to you. When I was in 4A, I was in Tom Wiscombe's studio and did a project about cabinets and furniture. The idea behind this project felt so right to me and even went on to become the idea behind my thesis. When I was in Mira Henry's vertical studio, my partner and I did a project about a giant quilt. Soft materials and textures are things that I really love working on and something that really excites me. However, not all projects go this smoothly. I'll give you an example. So I remember one review I had in my 3A studio. My partner and I spent a lot of money and time making these models to show the massing for our tower project. We were so proud of ourselves because we didn't just 3D print them, and we had built them by stacking wood pieces instead. And so as we stood there at the review, the instructors looked really closely at our drawings and told us all the things we should fix. And then they started to move on to the next group. And we were like, hey, don't you want to look at these models that we made? And our instructor told us never to build those stacked models again because the pieces looked too much like floor plates and it made our massing unclear. We were crushed. In the end, we kept going and designed something we were proud of, but I'll never forget that review. I am sure so many of my fellow students have had many experiences similar to this, and in the moment it is so upsetting. It hurts your feelings when you put so much of yourself into something and then someone tells you that they don't like it. But after going through this many times, we learned to pick ourselves up and keep designing. We learned that even when someone doesn't agree with our idea or the way that we build our models, we have to be resilient and continue to work on projects in a way that matters to us. And thank you, SCI-Arc, for showing us the importance of community and participating in something bigger than ourselves. SCI-Arc within itself is a very tight-knit community. When you are staying up late in studio or rushing to pin up your drawings at the last minute or need an extra login to render on more computers in the PC lab, you know there are always people that you can turn to. There are always groups of people who you can Postmate dinner with or people that you can walk to groundwork with when you just need a break. And even during this past year and a half, with the transition to virtual learning, SCI-Arc students, faculty, and staff continued to support one another and allowed us to continue to be successful in our education. It was amazing to see how smooth the transition was and how it never felt like we had less access to resources than we would have had in person. At SCI-Arc, we always support and care for one another, no matter what our differences in race, gender, sexuality, religion, or background are. And lately, as a group, we have also been showing up for the communities surrounding SCI-Arc. This past year, SCI-Arc gave students a platform to host a Black Lives Matter Week of Action, a space to amplify Black voices during a time when it was very crucial. Students, faculty, and staff came together on Zoom to support each other and discuss the current rise in Asian hate crimes. And I was really proud to have been on one of the Student Union Community Outreach Chairs in 2020 and helped start a collaboration between SCI-Arc students and Housing for Health, where students got to donate their skills and time in order to help design a facility for the homeless community right down the street from us. I think this is all just the start of something bigger, and I am so proud of the efforts the school is making to ensure that we are engaged in the communities around us in different ways. And to the graduating class, I hope that we can take with us all of the things that we have learned at SCI-Arc. Of course, we will take with us the ability to build giant models and make nice drawings, but we have to take these other skills with us too. We are leaving school and entering the world at a pretty difficult time. The past year and a half has been insane, obviously with the pandemic, but also with the social and political issues that have been becoming more and more prevalent. As cheesy as it sounds, the world needs designers right now who have the ability to listen and learn, who have patience and understanding, who are extremely resilient even when other people don't believe in what you stand for, and designers who know how to engage with and help support communities. I cannot wait to see what you all do in the future, and I am so proud to be graduating with this group of people. I really believe that we can make a difference in the world because, like Hernán says, architecture is always an act of optimism. Congratulations, class of 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Corie. Let me. Cannot read anymore without reading glasses. To keep the celebration going, let me introduce John Enright, the Vice Director and Chief Academic Officer of the school. John is my partner in crime, somebody who works tirelessly every day, so I cannot be prouder to work along himself every day. So let me introduce you to all of you, John Enright, who's going to introduce to all of you the SCI-Arc Service Award, the Alpha Rho Chi medals, and the Henry and the medals. John Enright.
Hey, everybody. Oh, and thank you, Corie. That was amazing. Congratulations to all of you. This is always great for me to give out some hardware, as I say. Later, there'll be other awards, too. I want to say to the students, when I say your name, if you could, if you're here, I think most of you are, please stand up. We can have applause. The first set of awards that we're going to give out are these SCI-Arc Service Awards. The SCI-Arc Service Award goes to graduate and undergraduate students who make outstanding contributions in the area of service to the SCI-Arc community as selected by the chairs, faculty, and staff. So, SCI-Arc Service Award for the B.Arch program goes to Corie Shizuka Yaguchi. Corie, please stand. Congratulations. The SCI-Arc Service Award for the M.Arch 1 program goes to Julia May McConnell. Julia, there he is. The SCI-Arc Service Award in the M.Arch 2 program goes to Kyle Ray Balster. Kyle here. Where's he? All right. The next award is the Alpha Rho Chi Medal. Since 1914, Alpha Rho Chi, the National Professional Fraternity for Architecture and the Allied Arts, has promoted the profession of architecture by encouraging students to excel. To honor their achievements, the Alpha Rho Chi Medal is offered each year to over 100 schools of architecture whose faculty select a graduating senior they feel best exemplifies the qualities of leadership, performed willing service for the school or department, and gives promise of real professional merit through his or her or their attitude and personality. This year, the Alpha Rho Chi Medal goes to M.Arch 2 student James Richard Piccone. Okay. Congratulations. The next two awards, and the last two that I will announce, are the AIA Henry Adams Medals. Each year, the American Institute of Architects awards a medal to the top-ranking graduating student in each architecture program accredited by the National Architectural Accrediting Board. These awards are provided as part of the AIA/AAF scholarship program. The AIA Henry Adams Medal to the B.Arch program goes to Jonathan Ong. Jonathan, are you here? Congratulations. The AIA Henry Adams Medal in the graduate programs goes to Jessie Vivian Helgesen. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Okay, next is the moment you were waiting, the introduction of diplomas and graduation with distinction awards. But it's a smaller graduation than the usual, so we're going to need to work harder with the noise and the celebration. It's not coming across that strong. So this is the moment, so let's work on it, okay? So let me bring you our three chairs. Tom Wiscombe, Elena Manferdini, and David Ruy. They are three phenomenal leaders of the school. They work tirelessly. So it's my pleasure to give you all of them to introduce and present Diploma and Graduation with Distinctions Award. Tom Wiscombe, Elena Manferdini, and David Ruy.
Yeah. All good. Hi, everyone. It's so nice to be here. So my name's Tom Wiscombe. I'm chair of undergrad here at SCI-Arc. And I wanted to talk for a minute today, just as a kind of introduction to the diplomas, about landing. I want to start with an observation by the philosopher Bruno Latour in his book Down to Earth. I think it speaks to our time and the world you graduates are inheriting and the responsibilities that you maybe share. The premise is that there's a common lineage to many of the dangerous things that are happening in the world today, from political extremism to radical inequality of wealth to racism to tornadoes, floods, droughts of global warming. This lineage is marked by the fundamental separation of the elite from the rest of the world's 7 billion people, enabled by late capitalism. This massively accelerated in the 80s at the dawn of deregulation, although it was already in progress since the age of settler colonialism and empire. It was in the 80s when corporations realized they had bodies but not necessarily ethics, and they had agency but not necessarily the responsibilities of citizenship. They no longer needed to live in the same world as other people. These companies and the elite who run them left this world and made a new one outside. It was the end of the world as we knew it. Today, the FANG companies have taken this even further, with CEOs literally leaving the planet on private rockets or planning to terraform Mars via spaceships stacked with nuclear weapons. Already in the 80s, even before the wild political extremisms of today, the left was no longer able to share a common world with the right. One side screamed disinformation, the other fake news. Both sides already made sense only within their ideological bubbles. Meanwhile, ideas about the local and global were becoming similarly irreconcilable. Shared regional traditions and nationalisms on the one hand, and a relentless zombified modern project on the other. Both positions extreme and untenable. Left, right, local, global. Now enter global warming. It both exists and it doesn't. Depends on who you talk to. How can that be? Latour's point was that we need to come down to earth, that we have to land. To land is to inhabit a common ground, a ground he calls the terrestrial. The terrestrial is different from nature or planet or Earth in that it is specifically the thin biocrust on the surface of the big ball that we are all on. It is not an abstraction. It is real and in your face, and it is striking back at us now hard. The terrestrial is a specific place where all of us extraterrestrials from our respective off-world bubbles can imagine new forms of solidarity. I like to think that your generation will be the one to see these binaries clearly for what they are and push back. In architecture, we have so many of our own binaries that have set off catastrophes of their own. One that we need to attend to right away is the so-called project-practice binary, which defines how so many of us were taught to think about the relation of ideas to building in America today. Among our own elite, project is often promoted as the real work and legacy of the architect, while practice is the messy realm of power, material, and social life that the architect is subjected to. Those poor practicing architects, those poor academics, two worlds. Each knows that the reality of the other is false, like the prisoners and the philosophers of Plato's cave. At its best, architecture is always a form of resistance to the status quo, and on the face of it, it might seem easier to think fresh and impossible things from an outside position. But this is not the time for resistance as a form of withdrawal from the world or critical distancing. Resistance today needs to be the resistance against out-of-this-world thinking, resistance against binary thinking, local, global, left, right, project, practice. Your generation's resistance will be different, I think. It will be about resisting the inertia that is pulling everything apart and finding ways to land. I know you SCI-Arc grads are up to this challenge, the great challenge of our time, and I saw some of that yesterday in thesis reviews and also last April, the undergraduate reviews, and I just want to all congratulate you, class of 2021. Thank you. So we're going to be playing these short spots of all of the students, all the undergrad students, and when you appear on the screen, could you please stand up and let yourself be recognized? Thank you.
Arvalo. And I, class of 2021, graduating. Peace.
Never mind. This is Yu Hao Guan. New life, new begin. Thanks.
My name is Lin Hum, and I really want to say thank you to my friends and family who always supported me. And a huge thank you to Haru. Bye!
This is the theatric guy. Congratulations, class of 2021.
This is All Humanities, class of 2021.
Hi, my name is Alibek Shanbash, and I'm graduating from Bachelor of Architecture program. Thank you.
Daniel Schwery.
Kyle Tomo Sada.
Hi everyone, my name is Malvin Bunata Wibowo. I'm still in the Zoom world and I hope you all stay safe and healthy.
Hello, I'm Tianao Xu. Thank you for everybody.
Corie Yaguchi.
Eric 天可珠。
It's great to be in person. I know for all of you that just had your reviews, it's still raw and you're still shaking. And it's a bit like this for, I think, myself as the chair of the graduate program and Chrissy Valier and John Cooper, who have been doing a fantastic job to carry all of you here to the finishing line today. So my name is At.Elena Manferdini. I'm the graduate program chair. I want to congratulate all of you, graduate students and undergraduate students, for your fantastic job this year. So we've been through a lot. I don't want to sugarcoat it. I think all of you understand how tough it has been this past 2 years. And it is not an easy time to enter the real world. And I don't have to remind any of you of that. I think this graduating class has proven to be one of the most resilient class in the SCI-Arc history. I've been here 18 years. and some of the faculty much longer than I have. And I'm sure all of you feel this. You are a special class. The way you have responded, reacted, endured, and risen above during this pandemic and lockdown says everything about who you are. Find strength in having overcome all of these obstacles. I know they caused you hardship. I think this was true for every single student and every single faculty, and all the administration. But I think those hardships did not keep you from accomplishing this very important milestone, which is to become an architect. I would encourage you to take a moment to thank your loved ones, all the +1, +2, who of you has them here, because I think they've been an integral part of your success. I imagine that often you've struggled explaining to them what they have been doing here in grad school, why you chose architecture, what a thesis is, what's it for. You know, even in the best of times, there is some unconditional love and doubt folded into these questions that even I, at 47, get from my mother. No? She's still asking me, what is it for? Well, the answer is that people like you, people like us in this community, that are willing to put this much energy, this much effort in a master's degree program, and can imagine change, people like us are able to lead our professional field outside of a crisis like this one, and hopefully delineate a better, more just future. I also would like to take a moment to thank your faculties and the coordinators, Christy and John, because they've been supporting the work and the spirit of this class with this dedication and stamina all through this year. It was really unparalleled, the amount of work that it took for all the faculties and all the administration to bring you here. I think a thank goes also to the staff and all the administration that has been working for months to reopen the school today for this final reviews, which I thought was an incredible burst of energy. I'm happy we did this, that we were live. And really open today to be here in person. Architecture is never an individual journey, and so is our SCI-Arc thesis. It takes all of you to make this ceremony happen. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. So today I want to talk about this pandemic. Yes, it gave us something. It took us a lot. But I believe that this crisis can also be seen as an opportunity. And we've heard from two people that spoke very loudly about it. It's impossible to go through these times without asking ourselves, there must be some silver lining after all. We need to learn something from this. And indeed, I think there is. I think this pandemic has instigated a desire for humanizing social policy, including education, which was very needed. And I'm happy that happened. And I'm happy that SCI-Arc responded in the way it did, in truly extending people's rights and wondering, as architects, what do we do for this? Your summer has been permeated by a sense of solidarity and shared responsibility in support of a more inclusive architecture. I think that during thesis, all of you have been questioning every single canon. And this weekend, you gifted our community with your visions and solutions. I think that each and every one of you has accepted the task of designing a post-pandemic world that is better than the one we inherited, and a more socially just world that will come after. So this lockdown, I think we all agree, has been longer than anybody expected. No? Remember when we thought it would have been 2 weeks? But because of this length, I think we all have been able to resist the idea of going back to business as usual. Instead, I think this graduating class is now ready for a change. You have lived through a period of change and shift in the way we work, in the way we live, in the way we communicate. So this period was a reminder that health is a planetary concern, as well as clean environment and climate change. And as architects, we do have a part in determining how things unfold from now on. We might have not known this before these 2 years. And as a consequence, You understand the need for tangible change. You expect it, you're ready for it, you create it. I think your generation has the strength to choose thoughtful engagement over ideology, which is very different than what was my generation. And I think this is one of the greatest assets as you go into your profession, because you're a face of a fresh, emerging group of professionals bursting onto the scene of a world that really needs your energy, ingenuity, compassion, and vision. I think this graduate class has learned some invaluable lessons during these 2 difficult years. And I think this thesis weekend was a proof of your personal resilience and your collective love for architecture and society. I believe that the only way one can achieve great work is to love what you do. You've got to love who you do it for and to love who you are while you're doing it. And this is why I teach at SCI-Arc, and I'm sure that every single faculty at SCI-Arc feels the same. You teach here because you love the work you do and you do it for. I think this summer, the school has emerged as a self-confident community that has passion and love to envision a reality different than the one we inherited. And so the task ahead of you is to find the path to move architecture from abnormal to a new normal. It's not the normal we knew before. It's your new normal. I think this graduate thesis weekend was the first step to answering complex questions that we can no longer avoid asking. Class of 2021, it's time for you to go out and build that future, and I want to congratulate all of you. Thank you.
Hi, 我的名字叫安然，我的 English name is Shirley Ann.
Hi, I'm Bronte Aragi.
Everybody want to know what I would do if I didn't win.
Daniela Calavid Valencia.
I guess we'll never know.
Mateo Deza.
Hi everyone, Salam Megi. My name is Pedro Megipur. Congratulations to us class of 2021 and thank you everyone at SCI-Arc.
Sohail Gil.
Nick Goffner.
Hi, my name is Jasleen. I'm an M.Arch 1 student. I am grateful to have Damian Jovanovic as my thesis advisor, along with valued cultural advisor John Cooper.
Lauren Carmen Hannah.
Jessie Helgesen.
Hi everyone, I'm Huang Liang. 我是连欢。
大家好，我是马宇庆，英文名是 David Ma。
Julia McConnell. Congrats, everybody.
Steve Gillismore.
Julie Riley.
Kater Saito.
Welcome to the thesis. My name is Hiro Tanabe, and I'm looking forward to see you all.
Zach Williams.
Yang Fanxiang.
Hi, my name is Yuto Yokomizo. I'd like to thank everyone that I met at SCI-Arc in the past 3.5 years.
I'm Ihan Jane. Love you.
Hi everyone, I'm Asta Agarwal.
Faris Ahmed.
Hey, it's Abdallah Tahseen, and wish everyone all the best in the next chapter of your lives.
Asil Uthman Al-Amoudi. I want to thank my family for their constant love and support.
Hey everyone, my name is Kyle Balster.
Hello everyone, this is Nikhil Bang. What an amazing journey it has been. 2 years and now signing out.
Hi, this is 易璇蔡。你好，我叫蔡易璇。
Hi everybody, I'm Rakib and it's SCI-Arc.
Hi, this is Charlene Chen. 我叫陈夏宁。
Hi, my name is Christina Montruzzi, M.Arch 2, and I'm happy to share this moment.
Hi, this is Yuto Fong from M.Arch 2, and here's Clifford. Say hi.
Hi everyone, I'm Yu Hong. Really glad to be part of SCI-Arc community. Bye.
Allison Hoagland.
Hi, this is Ying Ying.
Hi everyone, my name is Li Jing. Congratulations.
1, 2, 3. Hey, this is Darshini.
Okay, I'm starting.
What? Hey, I'm Devangi Kansanga.
Hey everyone, Kareem Kayati here. Wow, it's been 2 years. Can't believe we finished so quick.
Jonah Klinghoffer.
Hello, my name is Carnation Kung.
You're gonna get wet.
From the shores of the Atlantic, I'm Rob Lysing.
Hi, I'm Alex Lewis, and you're watching the SCI-Arc channel.
Hi, I'm Leslie.
Hi, I am Murphy Lee.
Hi, I'm Diliao.
Hi everyone, my name is Xiaolei Liu. You also can call me Sherry, and I'm a Mark 2 student.
Hi everyone, I'm Ilaria Lu.
Hello, my name is Raima. Congratulations, everyone.
Oh hey, come on in.
I'm Hannah Brand, and this is where I live.
Hi guys, I'm Shantini from the M.Arch program. It's been a really difficult year for everyone, but I'm glad we're all okay and we're graduating. Congratulations guys, and bye!
Hina Patel.
René Pérez Ignacio. We did it.
Hi everyone, I'm Jingyu Rao.
Hey, my name is Kovatni Shekhar. People call me Ko. Ko means knockout. I'm gonna knock this world out, man.
Talk to yourself.
You, she. She, you.
Hans Steffes.
Oh god guys, fine, I'll do it. Hey, my name is Shivani Udaykumar. I thank my family and friends for supporting me, and mostly my culinary skills for helping me survive. Gracias!
Hi, I'm Ronghua Wang.
Hi, I'm Tim Wu.
Happy graduation! 毕业快乐！毕业快乐！
Hi everyone, I'm Toby Zhou. Congratulations.
Hello， 我是朱兆琪 ，Happy graduation， 毕业快乐！
My name is David Ruy. I am the chair of postgraduate programs, SCI-Arc Edge, Center for Advanced Studies in Architecture, and it is comprised of 5 programs. Architectural Technologies, where we are graduating our future technological innovators. Design of Cities, where we are graduating our future designers of cities. Design, Theory, and Pedagogy, where we are graduating our future design theorists and teachers. Fiction and Entertainment, where we are graduating our future storytellers and world builders. And Synthetic Landscapes, where we are graduating those who will be our first responders in our current climate emergency. The family and friends of these graduates should know they did something remarkable this year. In the most difficult of times, these students made a commitment to the future and accepted the proposition that trend is not destiny. All of you danced this year at the edge of what we currently know. The world needs your intelligence, talent, and foresight like never before. Like the years 1918, 1945, 1968, 1989, and as we were reminded last night, the year 2000, 2020 will be a date that will be endlessly discussed for a long time to come. That's the year when our postgraduate students decided to come to SCI-Arc. In the most uncertain of times, these students took a gamble and decided to construct their own certainty and establish a destiny of their own choosing. As we tentatively reestablish now our places in the world, I hope you don't get too nostalgic out of desire to have our lives back, because the world wasn't perfect the way it was, and I hope you remember the things that were not so great and enter back into it and fix it. Because reality is not something to surrender to, it's something to be edited. I hope you remember how bold you were last year in coming here, and I hope you remain bold as you go back. There will be good years and bad years in the future, but I hope all of you can take the achievement of this year as something to hold close to you, something to inspire you during tough moments, because you'll always have your work, and your work can provide those answers that the world can't give you. Because we went through this together, I don't think we're going to forget each other. This is the moment I've been waiting for all year. This is the moment when you're a graduate of our school, and I can now welcome you as a colleague. Lastly, you should know something that has been said before, but is so poignant this year. The future is yours. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cheung.
Hi everyone, my name is Fei Wang and I am from Edge program, Design of Cities.
Seymour Politan.
Matthew Ridgway.
رضا صالحی.
Tanita, Janina, and Dennis.
Ben Evans.
Chase Janikowski.
My name is Pablo José Lorenzana Tobon, and I'm so happy that Caballo Perro and me are finally graduating from SCI-Arc. Boom.
My name is Xinyu Zhang. My short animated film, The Fallen, is released on Vimeo. Please come and have a look.
Can't believe people still like Twilight. Okay, we are close to the end. Once again, congratulations to all of you. The last formal part of the ceremony are the thesis award and the postgraduate prize. So we're gonna start first with the Merit Undergrad Thesis Award. This was a thesis was complete in April. So if you are here when I call your name, please stand up. Once again, Merit in Undergrad Thesis Award, the selected projects and author were Grigory Kachaturian plus Raya Vipul Patel, Merit Undergrad Thesis Award for Nivi Salamat, the next one is for Ali Berg Sembas. The next Merit Undergrad Thesis Award is for Xinjing Pan, D1, and Rongying Tang. And the last of the Merit Undergrad Thesis Award is for Corie Shizuka Yaguchi. Now we're going to move to the Merit Graduate Thesis Award, the one that we just finished 4 hours ago. So this is still very fresh. So these are the Merit Graduate Thesis Awards that will be part of the exhibition that happens, and the following were the selected student projects. Shijuan Kai, the next Merit Graduate Thesis Award goes to Yutao Feng. Sorry, Yutao, I mispronounced your name because I misspelled it in the writing. The next one is for Sohail Jill. The next Merit Graduate Thesis Award goes for Nicolas Gognur. The next Merit Graduate Thesis Award goes for Lauren Hanna. The next Merit Graduate Thesis Award goes for Jessie Helgesen. The next Merit Graduate Thesis Award goes to René Pérez Ignacio. The next Merit Graduate Thesis Award goes to Karnasho Cheung. The next Merit Graduate Thesis Award goes to Alexandros Lewis. The next Merit Graduate Thesis Award goes to Di Leung. The next Merit Graduate Thesis Award goes to Julia McConnell. And the last Merit Graduate Thesis Award goes to Hans Stiffes. Or Stiffes, my apologies. So we have 3 endowed prizes for each of the programs. And those are the one I'm going to be announcing now. The first one is for the postgrad programs, and is the Ming Fang and Craig Hodges Postgraduate Prize Award. And the winner for this year is Vivian Charlesworth. The next is the Undergrad Thesis Prize, which is the thesis that were selected at the best from last April undergrad thesis weekend. And is the Blythe and Tom Main Prize. And the winners for this year, there are 2 teams winner. The first team is Takin Daneshmir, and Xishan Young. The second team who won the Blythe and Tom Main Undergrad Thesis Prize is Santiago Alvarez Santibáñez, Malvin Bunata, Wibowo. And now for the Best Graduate Thesis Award, the Gehry Prize, the Berta and Frank Gehry Prize. We have 2 winners this year. And the winners are, the first one is Burak Selik. And the second one is Julie Riley. Congratulations to all of you. Well deserved. So, before I do I promise brief closing remarks. I think you hear a lot of speeches today, all inspirational. I want to thank the program chairs, Tom Wiscombe, At.Elena Manferdini, David Ruy, for extraordinary work they've done this year. All the faculty that work with them tirelessly. Our Vice Director, At.John Enright, the undergrad thesis coordinator, Jenny Boo. She did a fantastic job during the fall and spring semester. Elena already mentioned Christy Ballier and John Cooper. We just finished grad thesis. Fantastic, terrific work. All the staff that work in this ceremony, particularly Yasel, Stephanie, Reza, Phil. So thank you to all of you. Thank you to the whole staff. There is a lot of people who work every day to make the school run. And I know there are moments of disappointment during the year. There are moments that you guys were not completely happy. But everybody here worked as hard as they can to try to keep it going the best that we could. I think you hear plenty about how difficult this time has been. I think that's clear. I think everybody knows that. I just want to touch a little bit base about the future. But also it's related to the times that we live. I think David and Elena, Tom, Byron, Corie, everybody touch in different forms of shape about that. But there are moments in time that generations and group of people get defined. The Big Depression, the Second World War, depends where you are from Latin America, Africa, and Asia. We all have our historical moments that people in certain times get defined by it. You can run away from it or you can embrace it, and you should embrace it. You're coming into a world full of opportunities and difficulties, as was pointed out, not only from the post-pandemic. The ecological crisis is not going anywhere. All the other political problems, racism, social injustice, all that is still there, and it will be there, and it's not going to go away. The question is how we make it count. What do you do every day? You choose to be an architect, and you're going to do that every day of your life. So you have to figure it out, how you're going to make it count. And you have to combine how speculation and innovation and design is not on the opposite end of social justice. It's not on the opposite end to figure out how to contribute to a more sustainable planet. They all have to meet somewhere and come together. That's the only way that's going to play out. But at the same time, you also have to push to the limit. Be the most extreme version that you can be. Do not ask for permission. Ask for forgiveness later. It's always better. Don't settle for the middle. Somebody once says, I think it was Michael Rotondi a while ago, that says, in the middle of the road, you only find a yellow line and dead animal. Don't go for the middle of the road. Go for the best version of yourself. Try to do the best version you can do. Also take time to enjoy life and breathe. Working is great, but sometimes the rat race could be counterintuitive to creativity and imagination. So use the power of imagination. I've been saying lately a lot, and I said that to the new students, and I want to say this to you again. We are privileged people, architects and designers. We get to make things out of nothing. That's an extraordinary thing. That's something that is going to motivate you every day if you figure it out how you can contribute to it. Because, as Byron said, that's a superpower. And it's something to enjoy, and it's something to be playful, and play like a child, seriously, but keep playing and keep that spirit. Even though the last year and a half was not the most pleasant year, I always like to say at the end that I really hope, and almost we demand, that your time in SCI-Arc was not the best time in your life. I really hope that this was just the beginning, that everything that comes is better. That you're going to create, you're going to have more creativity, you're going to have more imagination, you're going to produce things that they will inspire us, they will make us feel proud, like we feel proud of all of you today. We feel nothing but pride and love for all of you today. Today is a remarkable day, and as I said, you are part of a generation that will be defined by a period of time. There's nothing to do but embrace it. You cannot run away from it. Take it to heart. And always it's a good thing because at some moment you can say, look, I went through that. I managed to be on the other side. I figured out how to finish my education during this time. If I can do that, there's nothing that you cannot do. There's nothing that you can stop. Nothing can stop you. So go out there, take everything that you need to take. Don't ask for permission. Go for it. So, class of 2021, please rise and take a bow. Congratulations. We'll see you soon. And now it's time to party. Thank you.